Good morning, everyone. 1 second. Let me get my other light turned on here, and we will get going. All right. Good morning. I'm Dark Pool Algo, and thanks for joining me on another morning watch list building session. Today is, what is today? Today is Tuesday, February 15th, 2022, and the market is going to go crazy today. Yeah, it's already gone crazy. Pre-market, ES and Q all ripping, everything pretty much gapped up. Look for a slight pullback in the morning to key level support, and then continuation on throughout the day. We do have a bunch of news to go over, and a bunch of things to get taken care of. I am also not very pleased with the way that things have been going lately with the stream format. So guess what? We're going to change it up. Right. It's just not working. It's, I get to the end of the stream and to, get ready to look at stuff for the day. And I've just not given myself either enough time to truly prepare to trade, or I've not picked a couple of very specific things to do. So I'm kind of, the market opens and I'm kind of just sitting there stuck, like, what am I going to do? So we're going to change up the stream. We're going to find very specific plays to play that day. And we're going to trade the crap out of them. We're going to, I realized, so yesterday, pretty horrible day for me. Ended up having a triple root canal. I've got really, really long roots, right? Almost 3/4 to an inch long roots. And they've all got 3 tips on them, 3 to 4 tips. So super deep, right? Deep. Excruciating pain. I've not experienced pain like that in my life. And I've been through a lot. So plus, I don't take pain pills. So doing this with ibuprofen, and I'm not very happy about it. But with that being said, through the pain came some clarity in that we spend a lot of time together in the morning. There's no reason why we shouldn't be able to pick 1 to 2 very specific plays and take them, right? That's all we need. We need 1 or 2 plays a day. We have our bread and butter list. I believe Tesla is going to be my new go-to scalping. Just quick in and outs. Not going to have time to post those or share those. It's just going to be in at support, out at first key resistance, extremely tight stop losses. So those may not get posted, but longer term plays, things that have the ability to move more than a couple of points, or even may even be able to swing. We will get into those as well. Okay, we're still going to utilize FlowTrade. Look at this gorgeous divergence in SPY yesterday. This is an extremely great example of, hey, we have divergence. We have a dart pool, right? Let me just blow this up so y'all can see it. We have a dart pool that printed right there, right? There's no price action near it. We have bullish divergence. Price is heading down. Flow index is heading up. This is an extremely perfect example of divergence playing out. Okay, dark pool level came in. Flow index was buying. Price action was selling off. As soon as we hit support, we've been in buy order. We know that we're going to trade up until at least that point in divergence, right? We had a dark pool level there. We could have took SPY, right? We could have took the 435.23 up to 436.92. That's a 3-point move on SPY. That's huge. That would have paid exponentially, right? Okay, so we're going to be very, very, very. We got to get super dialed in on this stuff. Okay, I believe the beta does a better job when we get dialed in as compared to the original, where it's kind of better looking at it from a distance. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So the 3 things, we've gone over 2 things already. 1, we're going to find very specific plays. 2, we're going to get super dialed in on some things. And number 3 is we have the ability to do sponsored plays from one of our partners. I'm going to utilize that on probably Wednesdays and Fridays. Okay, you'll get very specific options trade. They're going to be sponsored by Predicted Trades. I'm working on some graphics and some information so that they're co-branding, right? That they're able to, I'm going to have their logo up. I'm going to have a direct link to their site up. I'm going to have just give them the credit they're due. They've put in a lot of work, and they're continuously improving their system and their strategy. It works hand in hand with FlowTrade, right? It is phenomenal. I think we're putting together the perfect confluence, congruence, confluity, perfect mashup of different services to provide new and beginning traders just pretty much a roadmap to success. Okay. But that all starts with us, and we have to start getting a little bit more dialed in, a little bit more fine-tuned. I've been really lax and just kind of lackadaisical, and I've lost focus. So we're going to change that today. Okay. We have a bunch of news. Let's get into it. And what did I just do? Sorry. All right. I'll get that back over here. Nope. Sorry. Why am I not grabbing the right? There we go. Lorge. All right. Lots of news. Where do we want to go first? Where do we want to go first? Let's do this. Let me just get through this here. And the magic cult. Telecom Italia, the phone carrier targeted in November by KKR and Company, is weighing reducing its Italian workforce by as much as 1/5 amid faltering profit during the pandemic and heightened competition. Vimeo, January total revenue up 23%, subscribers up 10%, right? Not anything that we're super interested in, but Intel is coming back into the news, confirmed in a Wall Street Journal report overnight. As it acquires Israeli chip tailor company Tower Semiconductor for about $5.4 billion, paying 53 a share. So TSEM 53 a share, right? It's currently trading. Well, they hit 53, they hit 55. So this is a good example of. This got bit by something. This is a good example of smart money, right? And how they can be negative a position, right? They paid $53 a share for this company, right? TSEM. Let me show you where the $53 level is. Right. This is $53 a share right there, right? Or close, 53.06. I don't want to. All right, $53 a share. So they paid $53 a share for this company. What is this company trading at now? 48? It hit 53 for a blip, right? For just a second. What happens when smart money drops? What? 5.4 billion? Liquidity gets artificially sucked out. People start taking profits, right? They're in a negative position right now, right? By $6, right? So scaling in as prices coming down for smart money gets them, they're front running it a little bit, but they get them a better cost per share so that when support hits and price starts coming up, they're profitable all the way up. I'm on the way up. Yeah, I think it's extremely important to keep that in the back of your mind. Think like big money, right? Think how things are going to react, and think what somebody else would be doing. All right, Car had earnings. I was super interested in this. EPS at $7.08 versus $6.15. Massive earnings per share. Revenues at $2.57 billion versus $2.41 billion. Adjusted EBITDA in the Americas was $670 million in Q4 and $2.4 billion for the year ending in 2021. Right? Do you think that rental cars are now back to where they should be? I mean, they almost $1 extra earnings per share. That's crazy. I like this stock above 200. I think it's got the momentum coming in with it off of some good earnings. If it can get above, basically, I mean, let's go. If it can get above the 50-day, so previous highs, above 204 for a move to 210, and then rippa to previous highs at 229, 230, right? Bounce up, down, up, right? Car should be fun. I don't want to trade it. Haven't traded it enough to really understand it. So Invax announces that Singapore Health Sciences Authority has issued interim authorization of its vaccine for active immunization to prevent the beer bug caused by SARS-2 in individuals 18 or older. Invax needed that little boost, right? 80 to 83. The safe play is above 83.35, 84.50, 85 for our bottom, for our mid, weekly top cloud. So from here, a rip to 87, right? 86, right? Above 86, we hit the weekly top at 90. Above 90, easy move to about 93, 94. There is a this isn't, there's kind of a wedge here, as y'all can see. Longer term wedge. Right, it's holding that trendline support pretty decently. Keep in mind they have earnings coming up next week. So is this a rally into earnings for our bottom bounce, for our mid, weekly cloud, overhead resistance? We break through that, we start making new highs. Okay, that was the Invax. Immunogen, IMGN, up 7% on license agreement with Eli Lilly of its platform for up to 1.7 billion in potential payments. IMGN will receive 13 million up front and up to 32.5 million for meeting certain milestones. Rip up, pull back, right? This was a nice little penny stock that's got potential, right? It's got potential. However, this is an ugly setup. Safe play above 650 for a move to 750, 775. Okay. All right. Lots of financial news. COF, Capital One Financial. This was on the weekly watch list. Okay. Reported charge-offs for January at 2.3% versus 2.54%, while delinquencies decreased to 2.4 versus 2.49 year over year. It's fighting with its 200-day, right? Look at this sucker. If it can get back above its 200-day, so basically, let's say above 158, there's a nice little move. 159, 159.50. Okay. This was weekly watch list coming into yesterday. A little rippa. Right. We had the divergence. We were set up off of key levels of support. This 21-day. Right. We gapped up, hit resistance. We got to get above it to move on up. Double green. Financials. Let's go. Intuit reiterates full forward 22 revenue guidance based on strong momentum. Expect second quarter revenue to reflect slower forming tax season due to slower forming tax season. Sees Q2 revenue at an all-time high for both small businesses and self-employed group and Credit Karma. I wouldn't trade this. This is just hideous, right? Maybe we reject the 4-hour bottom and continue to sell off. Earnings coming up. This is just garbage. Okay. You could look at a 507 put, right? Yo, what's up, dude? Why are you making so much noise over here? I don't even like you that much. It's my Windows machine. Like, I don't even like you. That's my Windows machine, and it's cool. It's a cool little laptop. I don't really use it that much. I probably should. But I've never had any problems with Thinkorswim on it, like I have my Mac. All right. Let me just get some things reloaded here. I'm keeping an eye on the futures on this machine over here. I don't know if you've seen a picture of my command center, but I've got all the monitors. But I do not get what that noise is about, and it's frustrating. Something is making some noise. Who knows? 83 degrees today and sunny. Federal investigators are probing the business of block trading on Wall Street, examining whether bankers might have improperly tipped hedge fund clients in advance of large share sales, according to people familiar with the situation. Whoop-de-whoop. What are they trying to do? Anything they can do to take away our edge, right? Anything. Those suckers. For real, though. Look, I'm not going to deal with that noise. I can't deal with that noise. I don't know what it means. All right. SunPower upgraded to neutral from sell at UBS. S-Power, I love this stock. It's so much fun to trade. Right? Look at that. This is very bullish going into today. For our mid, for our top weekly cloud. Let's go, baby. Above 1660 for a move to 1745, 1780. I think, we've got earnings coming up. Earnings come up tomorrow. So maybe commons might be the way to go on that. Maybe commons might be the way to go on that. Got here. Come up, make a higher high, right? And put us at 4-hour top. Does anybody know why that stupid sound is happening? I have no clue why it's happening. Let's see. In consumer news, it's interesting. There wasn't a lot of energy or not a lot of energy news, which is interesting. Yo, I don't get it. Which is weird because there should be some, because crude is taking a dump, right? Whirlpool raises quarterly dividend 25%, raises share repurchase plan by $2 billion. That's Whirlpool, right? Raises their quarterly dividend by 25%. All I see is a falling wedge. I'm not going to trade it. Advanced Auto Parts. Ooh, Gap Stores downgraded to underperform from neutral, cut target to 14 from 26. Bank of America. Oopsie, goodbye, Gap. 1268 is the next stop for Gap. Okay. Even if they do come out and start talking about how Kanye is going to help them, not going to happen. They can't do that. All right. Russia said some of its military units returning to their bases after exercises near Ukraine, following days of U.S. and British warnings that Moscow might invade its neighbor at any time. Do you know what Putin did? He flexed. That man, he never ages either. But for real though, does anybody have any clue why that sound is going off? Any clue at all? I don't know what it means. Okay. We have lots of earnings after the close today. Airbnb is number one on my list, right? Has earnings today. Look at that. Nice little move. Super inverted head and shoulders. I love this stock and I forgot about it. I should have been trading at 132. I totally forgot about it. I had an alert service set, but I haven't heard from them in months. I don't get it, dude. What does that stupid sound mean? It's frustrating. Restart. Airbnb, I love this stock. I made a mistake. I forgot about it. I took it off of my list, but I actually think that we should move it back into our list. It moves pretty nicely, right? I think I would rather trade this over AMD, right? Yeah, let's do that. Video driver or video card going bad. Let's get to discuss. All right. I think that that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to swap AMD for Airbnb. All right. They have earnings today. I think that they're going to do pretty well. I'll wait till next week to start trading them again for our bottom, for our top, for our bottom, for our top. Right, 160, 175, 160, 175, $15 ATR. That's a good earnings play. Stack positive moving averages 18, 21, 34, 5200 off of the daily. Let's see, off of 4 hour mid, weekly mid, 2 for our top. Weekly top is at 195, or it's actually 200. Airbnb moved to 200. Super bullish. WTH, yo. I just restarted my computer and it started happening again. I don't get it. I don't get it. All right, I gotta get this loaded up. Okay, other earnings that could be of interest to us would include lots of them. Upstart has earnings, right? Ooh, look at that perfect inverted head and shoulders. Glorious. Upstart has earnings. Viacom has earnings today. Right. And these are all after the close. Win, no matter what. Roblox. It's a big earnings day. Big earnings day. All right, before the open, nothing that's really going to move the market. This Marriott, this is a good earnings play. You could just play, not earnings play. This is a good, you could trade this every day for $1 or $2, right? Up and down and up and down and up and down again. So I see as far as earnings, we do have some events on our calendar today. We've got PPI for January, month over month, year over year, expected to be 5%. Yo, there we go. Let's get the right date going on. PPI month over month, right? At 5%, core PPI at 5%, Empire State Manufacturing Index. We also have Johnson Redbook weekly sales and API weekly inventory data after the close, right? So let's see what happens with the PPI, right? In a horrible market, right? Let's go back to the beer, right? Horrible PPI starts getting better. It's the best in February 2022. It's been decreasing ever since then. December's PPI was up. January's was down. As you can see, we'd like to have a higher producer price index. Okay. We'd like that. They're forecasting 0.5%. And should be interesting. We will. That's in about 30 minutes. We should see how the market wants to react to all that. Why isn't it saving my password anymore? All right, I gotta fix that. All right. Do you guys know what sound that was? It's my Fire TV restarting over and over and over again. I thought it was my computer. Oh, that's crazy. Crazy. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. Okay, let's go. Ooh, mouth hurts. A much better picture to start the day is S&P futures are surging 1.5% to move back. It's above its 200-day moving average. Resistance of 44.50 on news that Russia was pulling back some troops from near the Ukrainian border, and signs of de-escalation and tension between the two countries. Russia's defense minister said some of its units in military districts adjacent to Ukraine are returning to their bases after completing drills. The news is giving stock markets around the world a sigh of relief for the moment as the VIX, or the fear index, drops over 7% back to the 26th level after topping 31 in prior session. Gold prices tumble along with oil prices on the headlines. Yep, that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. Stuff's going to pull back. In Asian markets, the Nikkei index declined almost 1%. The Shanghai rises 0.5%. Hang Seng falls 200 points, and in the DAX jumps 260 points, or 1.7%. And the FTSE raises 50 points, or 0.75%. Right. However, the coast is not all clear for the stock markets, as another important inflation reading is coming up shortly, with January producer price index at 830, with estimates to show an increase to 0.5 and 9.1, or 0.5% month over month, 9.1% year over year for the headlight reading. Recall the hotter CPI report last Thursday sunk stocks as it boosted expectations the Fed will get more aggressive in its rate hike forecast coming up in March. Okay. So if we come in hot, I had to figure that out. Who knows about that? I need to ask somebody a question. Hold on 1 second. Uno momento. 1 second. I need to ask smart person. Sorry, I had to ask somebody who was smarter than me about something. All right. And stocks declined Monday, but finished off well off of volatile session lows as investors monitored the threat of the invasion. And that's about it. So let us get into the future, shall we? Look at this. Glorious moves. Pretty decent, right? Really right. Right. There we go. Let's look at the daily. We'll start with the ES and we will continue on. So what's up with the daily stock market? Let me check. Let's look at our map here. What's going on with our map? Are we following our roadmap? We are. Off the low, we're starting to recover. I'm looking at 45. I'm looking at this 21 day right here, right? 45.1950. Is that right? Excuse me, 45.10.50 is my next target. Okay. To the upside, that's the 21 day EMA. What happens at this level is extremely important for us to understand trend. The 21 day is typically the decision point. Above it, things are usually bullish. Below it, things are usually bearish. We use it as a guide to determine trend direction. Okay, right? Usually above the 21, we're doing pretty good. We fall below the 21, we did get some pretty significant pullbacks, right? Closed above the 200, right? Next stop, 45.09, 45.10 on the ES, breaking it down to the 4 hour. Right, we broke above the 21 here. We've got some resistance. Don't get me wrong. This may fall. Like if I were to plot a straight line over to here, larger term, possibly by the end of this week, right? We could potentially run into, 44.39, 44.40 area. We do have to get above 44.8750. That level has been, what do you call it? Haunting me, 44.8750. That's going to be, I'm going to keep an eye on that level there. So to start us off, above the 21, we may back test 44.40 for support, which would also be back testing the 21 day. If we back test that for support, we can anticipate a bigger rip. We might be forming a big old mass of inverted head and shoulders here on the 4 hour, breaking it down to the 30 minute. Right, big, nice gap up. Anticipate the pullback. All right, that's about the right time. Right, if we look at things from a time perspective, right, there's the timing of things. We could get some pullback now to 44.52. $44.40. That seems about right. 30 minute. We have 3 more bars, right? So let's look. 44.50. Is that right? That can't be right. I think we get a bigger pullback. All right, anyway, I anticipate a pullback into here for a little bit rally up into the 200, right? This is a big gap up. We might, just this confluence, right? 44.38, 44.40, big key levels. If we break that, we gap fill back down to, 44.09, right? So there's 2 ways to go. I would just, wait 15 minutes, let things settle out a little bit. NQ's coming up to pretty significant overhead resistance on the 30 minute. We did break through right? Did I say that this was a kind of a longer term extended head and shoulders? Absolutely. Right? Big stack, rack, move up, resistance. Okay. Pulling back to some level of support, 14.484 maybe, for a little bounce, retest at 21. We definitely are going to give some of this back, right? We need to give some of this back to be healthy for the move up for the rest of the day. Looking at it from the dilly dally daily. I wrote that down as a t-shirt idea, by the way. So down, doji, up, 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 retest at 21. On the NQ, we are looking at potential 14.875, right? 14.8, 3.150. That's a pretty big, I know it's a big range, but it's really not that big. So we're going to come up and test at 21. If we get above the 21 and the 382 retracement, right? Immediate test of the 200, right? We have a resistance line here. Let me show you. We'll leave that there for now to see how it interacts, okay? Cracking the 4 hour. Sorry, 4 hour. Above the 21, we've got the 50 right here. Look at this whole thing here. Let me look at it from a fib perspective. I mean, it just lines up. It just lines up too nicely, right? Support 14.484, 14.48550, right? That's our support. We need to come back and back test it. Or we could even go as low as 14.389, but I think that would cause a little bit too much grief, right? A little bit of back testing, or we just continue to rip. However, we don't usually gap and go. Right, big gap up and rally. So let's move on to the dilly dally dow, the dilly dally dilly day dow. Oh crap! Hold on. All right, sorry. Forgot it. My knuckle. I had to go wake up my my daughter. All right, so this is the dilly dally dow, dilly daily dow, right? Pullback coming up to test the 200 right now. The Dow above 34932. Let's just call it 35,000. Above 35,000 for a move to 35,400 with a little bit of resistance at 35,103. Okay. The Dow seems to be more strong than most things. Looking at old Russell small cap. What's going on here? Pullback, right? Nice reversal candle. Starting to make our way back up on the daily. Right, there we go. Get rid of that. Can go bye-bye. This can go bye-bye. All right, we're getting back to trade into that zone that runs 2052 up to about 2101. Right, a little $50 move there. Potentially up to this snow line. But I think these previous highs and this fib retracement is these previous highs is a better target. Right. Let's look at it on the 4-hour. Yeah, we're moving pretty good. Moving pretty good. There's going to be some resistance. It's going to fall down to meet us, right, at 2086 for that move up to 2100. So I like the move to 2100 today. Do expect some resistance at of the 200. Mm-hmm. Load up. $20.48 support. 2040. 2046 bounce rip. Okay. Gold. There's gold in them there hills. Gold respects our levels. Look at this. Oh, that's gorgeous. Big, nice move. However, I'm not liking what I'm seeing here. Please don't do it. It's going to be huge, but I think it's starting to form one of these guys here. If that's a broadening pattern, then we've got some levels and some resistance. We can definitely play that, right? If it becomes a true broadening pattern. I think it would probably be more off of this one. Let's see. So there's definitely a real possibility of this happening Yeah, we do have stack positive moving average on the 2150, 200. They're all stack positive. We pulled back to the 21 for support. Do we get an additional move up, or do we break down, right, and make a lower low and come back test this previous support level? We could. Let's just keep an eye on it, right? Keep an eye on it. Like, I think that I think this is a pretty dead on move, right? Something like that. Yeah, I think that's the move there. I need to go grab some ibuprofen here in a minute. Hold on. Let's look at crude. Big old rally, a little bit of a pullback, 50% retracement, right? If that holds, then we can see it move back up. If that level fails, we've got trendline support down here, down to about 90.52, right? If we look at it, pretty decent pullback. So there's your levels, right? If it rejects a 618, then we come back down and make a new lower low. Hold on, I gotta make sure my chicken head's awake. Sorry about that. The worst thing that could happen is we get stuck between 92 and 92.75. This gnarly little demand zone right here. Pretty gnarly little demand zone, right? Share. Okay. Yeah, so you see the levels, right? We get above 92.75, right? We can retest 93.50. 94.50. So basically 50-cent increments. Okay. All right. Bonds are selling off. The unit's selling off, right? Let's look at these on the 2-minute. Y'all see something on this 2-minute here? I do. I see a 21. I see a 2150 cross down. Right? Pullback time. It's pullback time. Which works. Okay. So I'm going to keep an eye. Right? We need to get a little bit stacked, a little bit more positive, or else we're going to get a, where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Did it fill me? Hold on. Ooh. All right, I got filled. Yay. So I just started a little short feeler position on the ES. I'm looking for a pullback, right? If we don't pull back, then we can continue up. But this will definitely make me pay attention to what's going on. Okay. All right. So good morning, chat. Good morning, Terry. Good morning, Andrea. Good morning, Johnny. Good morning, Killer. And good morning, Watchlist. So Terry would like to look at Tesla, SPY, Qualcomm, PayPal, Triple M, Upstart, AMD, Facebook. Those are all pretty good ones to look at. All right. Tesla, SPY, Qualcomm, AMD. Okay. I also want to check out. This is, ooh, look at that big drop. So this is our bread and butter stock list, right? This is what I like to review and trade every single day if possible. Apple, AMD, Google, NVIDIA, Tesla, SPY, QQQ, and SPX. Okay, I don't know if these wicks are real. So it may just be a data glitch happening right now. Everything, if they are real wicks, then we've got we've got stop robbers, right? They came in and pulled up everybody's stop losses, right? There's no stop losses left. So looking at Apple, right? 50% 618 retracement reject. I've had these numbers up, these levels up for weeks. Okay. AMD looking for 2150 crossover. That happens, we do gap fade at the open. If this 21 starts crossing over the 50 to the downside, there's gonna be a lot of gap fades, right? A lot of gap fills. Okay. I don't know why Google doesn't have any. But if this wick that basically came through at the same time at 7:30, why is my clock wrong? That came through at 6 o'clock. Oh, I had to change my time, which is 8 o'clock Eastern. Okay. Then I think we get a little bounce. Okay. So usually when we have a gap up, we have gap fade, gap fill, pullback, right? All sorts of fun stuff. But everything pretty much is at that key level of 21-day, 50-day support on the 5-minute. As we bring out our timelines or our time frames, it's a little bit larger. Let's look at the 30-minute. Right? Look at that perfect Apple move, right? Rip up, rip up. Possible head and right shoulder forming today, right? So with Apple above 172, 173, right? Targeting 174. AMD, very similar, right? If we can take out pre-market highs on most of these, then we can go long. If we reject that, we need to, this is a gap, right? It should probably be filled. Gap fill to rip. Gap fill to rip, right? 21,200 cross on NVIDIA. I've got the 30-minute 200 at 248, right? If we can stay above 248.50, we can go long. Below that, I think we have to pull back, look at 242. So we've got opportunities here. It really doesn't matter if that's a real wick or not that took out all these stops. That would be gap fill, right? Then we just rip, right? I don't know if it's a real one or not. Let me check. Let me check here. I want to have extended hours on. Hold on. Yeah, I think it's just a glitch. But we are testing 15-minute mids on a lot of these. So if we break 50, like on AMD right here at the bottom, oh, you can't see. Oh, can you? Oh, no, you can't. You can't see my screen. All right, pre-market, American Airlines, Starbucks, and Spice are ripping. So, you know, VIX is at about 26. Closed at 29, so VIX is gapped down. Let's bring this up to the 4-hour. You know, it's getting a little harder to see. But nice pullback, 382, 50% retracement, working its way back up. Right, we've got some overhead resistance on most of these. We'll get into them specifically after we look at FlowTrade, and then I'm going to look at Tesla today and AMD and Apple. All right, so the Tesseract. All right, nice little pullback to dark pool support, 861.82, 875.76 are my regular block trade levels. Pulled back, rallied up, pulled back, used for support. It's starting to make higher highs and higher lows. That's from a price action perspective. Okay. However, the flow index is selling off on this. So if we break trendline support, you know, and we start having a downturn, I don't know if Tesla would consider that a gap fill. 847.10, 850.93. We may get one more little downside move on Tesla. There's a gap right here that could be filled. Depending on the overhead resistance, I would definitely be a buyer at around 847. I think we get a nice move there, but we do have flow index trading with price. Well, nope, that's a little bit of micro divergence, but it's so fresh. I mean, I don't like really considering divergence unless there's been a couple of days of it. So in my opinion, that this is just trading with price right now. Okay. Upside targets, we're at some resistance levels for Tesla. Safe move would be above 900 for a pretty easy trade zone up to about 940, 950. Okay. The Spizity SPY, right? Doesn't this look like a continent? All right, so little micro divergences have all played out, right? Try to get zoomed in here. So see what I mean where we've got divergence, right? So the flow index, if it can find support in this general zone right here that it's in, yeah, the flow index can find some support here and bounce. We can see price continue to move up. 1, 2, 3. We may be forming a nice head and shoulders here. So maybe we get a pullback, continue up, and then go long above. So we've got a regular at 439.88, a dark at 440. That could be our neckline. That could be the point of most resistance as well. We've got a dark pool level at 440.70. And I think most of these are all filled up. There is a white line level for SPY at 437.95. Can't really draw that on my screen because I don't believe this is set up to remember my... It's not set up to remember my entries yet. Like, yeah, it's frustrating. I was not looking at AMD, I was looking at Spizzity Spy. Get y'all zoomed in here. There's a white line level there. That's so frustrating. I just... whatever. So maybe a little pullback to 434, excuse me, 438, and then continuation on. Or we fail there and we come and make a new low. Okay. It should be interesting. Flow index is... right. That divergence right there would have been fun to trade. Of course, we didn't do it. Yeah, I spent too much time on SPY. All right, moving on. Qualcomm. Qualcomm. All previous divergences played out. We have a dark hole level at 163.93 and 165.13. If price can get above 165.13, it's got to move back up to about 167. Above that, it gets kind of woody back up to the upside. However, we've got a little bit of micro divergence happening here. Like I said, I don't like to consider it if it's so fresh. But let's see, price is trading with the algorithm or with the flow index, right, all the way through. Price is trading down, divergence played out, a little bit of pop. Maybe we get a little bit of divergence playing out, but if the flow index can maintain this little trend line resistance right there, right, it's got support there. Watch what happens when the flow index gets built into this wedge. And if we can, we may chop here for a little bit. That's a pretty nasty downtrend that we broke, right? Pretty nasty. Like I said, these big move levels here, right? So it likes to eat from about 166 to about 170. This price likes to move up. Watch for the inverted head and shoulders, right? Forming over the next couple periods. Keep an eye on what the flow index does if it can break out of its little wedge that it's got built itself into as well, right? It's gonna be compression time. All right, next up on our list is Upstart. And then I'll go back through. I know that there was a request for PayPal. All right, there's also a request for MMM. AMD. Did I do Facebook? Can't remember if I did Facebook or not. All right, Upstart. Pretty decent. It's interesting. There's no block trades in the last 5 days. All right. Very interesting. As you can see, flow index is taking profit, right, at these levels here. Profit taking, right? Divergence played out. We got fresh divergence here. Right, we got some fresh divergence there. That might have played out here. I think that's probably more than likely. Yeah, there's a zone right there. It's a sweet zone. So we are at the top of previous support resistance. Y'all see that right there? Right? What happened? We got here last time. We fell through it, rejected off of it, right? Cap up, There's another one of those little zones right around here. We rallied up to it, back tested it up, back up, down, right? Rejection, support, rejection, support. So if we're below it, I think we could trade down to about 100, right? So Upstart above 105, right? Remove to 108 or 109. Below it, I think we come back and back test 100. Flow index is selling off. Okay. All right. What's up next on our list? PayPal. Gorgeous bullish divergence. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. So from where do my block trades go? All right, PPI data out. Let's check it out, shall we? Oh, I gotta move this down. Oh, all right, PPI data came out, and let's see, shall we? At 1%. Holy shh. Goodbye, market. Goodbye, market. Goodbye, market. It's nice to see you go now. Goodbye, market. What happened in February of 2021? Or April, June, July of 2021? April, June, July of 2021. I seriously just yanked my stop from 44, or my take profit from 44,440 down to 43.95. I'm expecting a 50-point drop. I'm just kidding. All right, so we're looking at June, July, August 2021, right? What happened during those months? All right, so all right, May 12th was a down month. June 21st, down month. July 20th, down months, right? According to this, March was, all right, so when we have CPI data at 1%, April, July, and August, those are all at 1%, April, July, and August. August, all right, pretty decent little month here. April, pretty uptrending. July, interesting. So what does that mean for us? So if it drops lower than expected, it's an indication inflation may be dropping. If it's higher than expected, it's indication that the inflation is still rising. That's just the generalized, geez, it's crazy. February of 2021, what does that month look like for us? February of 2021. This is February of 2021. We're at lows. Like, we pulled back. March, June, July, October. Oh, it's going to be ugly. And 8%, like, all right, sorry, I had to move my stop. I think that we might absorb that news a little better than expected. I've got a bunch of stuff going on over here. All right, let's sorry, I got sidetracked. All right, PayPal. I saw I had block trades on there, right? They disappeared. Interesting. All right, so PayPal is the flow index made a high, made a higher low, made a high, look for a little pullback for a higher low. As far as from a price action perspective, right? We're getting into a new trading zone that runs 124.29 up to about 128, right? However, if we reject 124, then I think we can see a downside move to about back down to 120. Right. PayPal's just not very strong right now, and we're in kind of a very indecisive market. I think we may be better to try to find something a little bit more stable than PayPal, right? MMM, we had a little bullish crossover here. We got a regular block trade at 158, or sorry, 157.97. We made a high, we made a low, we made a higher high, we made a higher low, we made a higher high. We're trying to fill that gap up to 159. Excuse me. I'd like to see it move to 160. Flow index has curled over and is starting to retrace. Right now, it's just trading with price action. So if 157.70 holds, I think we can see a little bit more moves to the upside. Contrarian, if that 157.70 breaks, we back test 156.40 and then make a new low at 156.36. Okay. The market kind of absorbed that information a little better than I anticipated. I thought we would get a pretty significant drop, but we pulled back. We're making higher lows and higher highs. We're not dropping as much as I thought we were, so I'm going to go ahead and move my stop down a little bit more, make a little bit of money off of this move here, and then maybe look at getting in at another time today. You know what? I'm going to give it a minute. Right. Maybe if we break 44.45, I think we come back and back test this 44.41. Remember, I said that this big gap cannot take place. We need some support. Like, do we come back and back test the retracement off of this move, right? Or do we bounce off of this 200? So we're going to keep an eye. 44.440 is the key level, right? Below it. All right. Sorry. AMD, I don't know if this is a data glitch or not right here, but I do know that, right, flow index is trading with price, right? We bounced off of some white line levels at 114, 115, 116.76. We're uptrending. Watch what happens when the flow index comes up and meets its overhead resistance here, right? It looks like it might have broken out of it. Yeah, I'm super interested in AMD. I don't know 123. 123. 1, 2, 3 in the place to be. Yeah, that's fake data. A big gap up though. We've got some support. Maybe that's a target. Yeah. I like it. So I like a move up to about 120 on AMD. 120 to 121. We've got a little supply zone there that we're going to reach up and target. If we can get back up into this 120, 121 area, then we go 121 to 125, right? Trade zone, trade zone, trade zone, right? Pop, 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 rip. Okay. Interesting. All right. And then last up, oh my gosh. Facebook. Did I go over Facebook? I swear I did. I would target 227 on Facebook. Above 227, there's a nice trading zone from 230. From 230 to 240, there's a nice little trading zone. 228 to 235 is another little zone there. The flow index didn't cross over, and this could be forming a little inverse head and shoulders. If the flow index makes higher highs and higher lows, then I think it can pull it up. Contrarian, we reject, right? 217. We reject 217. We can go down and make a new low. All right. All right, take two entertainment, gap up, flow index is starting to make higher highs, higher lows. We could come down to about 166, below 166. I think we have a larger move to the downside. A little bit of bullish divergence on take two. Yeah, I think we have a larger move coming up. So if we break 164, then I think 156 is incoming. However, we're kind of at a weird level, right? Where we've got this trend line here that's been pretty decent to us, right? It's been pretty decent. So if that support holds, 170 target. Airbnb trading with flow index. Apple still selling off. Like I said, we're at the bottom of that trading zone. Apple below 166. I think we come back down and test like 162. Nvidia is pulling down as well. So everything is bearish on from the flow index perspective. They're taking some profits. Not exactly sure what is going to happen. I don't trust that level. So if we snap up and it comes up and it grabs my stop loss, that's fine. All right, that's it. I got to run. All right, I just got stopped out. Let me do a little bit of digging and try to find some pretty decent plays that we can get set up. I'll post them in the Discord under the trading room, under the trading chat room, and we can get into it. Okay. Have a great one and stay safe. Huh. All right, I gotta go. I just got irritated by something. So I'll talk with y'all soon. Have a great day. I thought we would shake off a little bit more with the PPI numbers. However, we've got some pretty significant support coming up. You've got my levels, 44.40, 44.38. Below that, I think we pull back pretty significantly. If we maintain that level of support, then I think we can get a nice move to